Well, when you see me in this shirt, you know it's definitely for a special occasion. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new Second Symbols Check and Second Symbols Package update. Today is Monday, December 21st, and after months and months of gridlock and inaction, we could finally say today is the day Congress has delivered for the American people. I didn't think it would take until Monday, December 21st for me to say those words, for me to hear those words come out of my mouth. But we finally did it. After weeks on weeks and weeks on end of bitter differences, partisanship, finger-pointing and blaming, and accusatory statements and actions, we could finally say that Republicans and Democrats came together and delivered relief for the people. In yesterday's update, if you didn't see it yet, the link will be down below in the description. But today we certainly have reason to celebrate because the House of Representatives has now passed that bipartisan bill after Congress came to terms, came to an agreement, reached a deal, and is ready to pass new stimulus. If you recall, the latest roadblock on Friday was language and a provision put forth by a Senate Republican that would have hindered the ability of Joe Biden as president and the Federal Reserve lending powers. Democrats pointed the finger at Republicans, blaming the Republicans for political tricks and attempting to restrict his power and authority as president when he does step into office on January 20th. And Republicans said that the Democrats are trying to allow the Federal Reserve to have too much power, and we can't put that much power in the Federal Reserve. Astoundingly, the two parties came to terms rather swiftly on that specific issue, and finally Congress reached an agreement, and that's what brings us to today. And now the House has passed this bill. So in this video, we're going to cover the status of this stimulus package, where it stands right now, how quick it could start to be implemented, and when you can start to see your first payments. We're also going to cover what's inside this bill. And of course, more videos are to come. I always want to give you all the details as I can as they come through. So if you have been enjoying my content, you have been enjoying my videos, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up, smash that like button, just to help with that YouTube algorithm, so I do appreciate that. And because more videos are to come, you don't want to miss any of them, be sure you are subscribed. Hit that big red button, the subscribe button, become a subscriber. Also hit the notification bell as well. That will notify you every single time I do post a new one. And if you're feeling extra generous this holiday season, be sure that you share the video with a friend too. Share it with a friend or family member. Share it with someone you think would get knowledge and you think that should be privy to what's going on. So once you've done those few things, let's dive right in and unveil this bill. Before we do, of course, in regards to the vaccine Moderna, the Moderna vaccine is now starting to be distributed as of today, Monday. The first shipments went all across the country. The vaccine is being rolled out. This is a much needed expansion of vaccinations as vulnerable areas and populations and hospitals are being filled to capacity, very strained right now. So this vaccine will definitely accelerate the comeback. In addition, President-elect Joe Biden received his first dose of the vaccine today, and he actually offered rare praise of the Trump administration for their efforts in regard to the vaccine. Biden specifically received the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine that will require a second dose in 21 days. He offered the Trump administration some praise, saying, quote, "I think that the administration deserves some credit getting this off the ground with Operation Warp Speed," of course, the federal effort to speed up and accelerate the vaccination approval process. As he was getting publicly inoculated, he told reporters, quote, "I'm doing this to demonstrate that people should be prepared when it's available to take the vaccine. There's nothing to worry about. I'm looking forward to the second shot. So is Jill. She's had her shot earlier today. She loves shots. I know," his words. So let's shift to the stimulus bill. The House of Representatives passed this bill rather comfortably. Of course, the House is Democrat majority, so it was expected to pass the House rather easily. It passed by a vote of 359 to 53. This is the $900 billion bipartisan bill. It will then head to the Senate for a late night vote. We could expect this vote around midnight, so by the time you're watching this, it may or may not have passed the Senate just yet. But it would actually be now on to Tuesday, December 22nd. So the House passed it today. Technically, it will be passed tomorrow, the day of Tuesday, and then Trump will hopefully sign this bill. As far as the breakdown of the actual votes, interestingly, it was still rather partisan, even though both of the parties have worked out their differences on this bill. What we saw with the Democrats, they voted for the bill by a vote of 230 to 2, whereas Republicans actually approved the package by a vote of 128 to 50. The two independent representatives in the House split their votes by a vote of 1-1. This rescue package is being paired up with an additional government spending legislation in a 5,593-page bill. And as we also discussed yesterday, this bill will include a $600 stimulus payment to most eligible adult Americans. So not $1,200, it's going to be half of what was in the CARES Act, $600 it is. You're also going to be seeing $300 in jobless benefits per week. Roughly $284 billion will be allocated to the PPP, or Paycheck Protection Program loans, $25 billion in rental assistance, and an extension of the eviction moratorium, as well as an $82 billion funding package for schools and colleges. Late last night, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell spoke, saying, quote, "We can finally report what our nation has needed to hear for a very long time. More help is on the way." Now, in yesterday's update, I briefly mentioned a hypothetical of the timing of how fast you can get your stimulus checks, and I hypothesized that most people will not be getting any checks in time for Christmas, and according to Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, that will be the case, unfortunately. You're going to have to hang in there until after Christmas. You're not going to have your checks in time to buy your kids the gifts and put food on the Christmas table. According to Mnuchin, the first people will be getting the direct assistance starting at the, quote, beginning of next week. McConnell spoke in a Fox News interview today, saying, quote, "What the country needs is exactly what we are going to pass later tonight," implying that the Senate should easily, decisively pass this bill. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi described it as a good bipartisan bill. She went on to say, "We can accept a short term because we'll have a new president during the length of that moratorium to extend it further when necessary," in regards to the eviction moratorium, implying that it would be extended under a Biden presidency and administration. Now, obviously, we would have liked to have seen this bill come much, much sooner, months ago, at least before the election, right? That did not occur, of course, but it does come out at a pretty decent time. The reason for that is because a lot of these government programs, almost all of them that were initiated under the CARES Act, are set to dry up and expire at the end of this year, right before 2021 starts. So the timing is decent, and it's the much needed financial lifeline that a lot of people really, really need right now. Virus cases are spiraling out of control all over this country. So with the distribution of the vaccine, hopefully, we could start to come back and make a great bounce back from this deadly pandemic. And I have a good idea. How about instead of thanking Congress for this, as they totally screwed us over after months and months, all we get is a measly mere $600 in stimulus. How about let's applaud ourselves for hanging in there, remaining vigilant, and being as patient as possible. Maybe some of you are just scratching by, just surviving, but you were able to pull through. I say we give ourselves a big round of applause for that. I'd like to remain optimistic in that by the time you do see this video come out, the Senate has already passed the bill, and it is up to President Donald Trump to deliver the much, much needed relief to the American people, which I know he will. And let's also hope there's no bombshell revelations, no shocks tonight in the Senate. Hopefully all the senators do agree to this vote, because they do have to agree to a quick vote in order for them to actually vote and pass this bill. So let's hope for no surprises. Any new developments we'll be sure to cover on this channel, such as when these first checks have been sent out, income eligibility, all of that we'll be covering on this channel. This was a brief video. I had to hop on here and click that record button in this groundbreaking news of the House passing the bill. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button. Also, be sure you are subscribed, hit that big red button and the notification bell. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video.